Hey y'all, back with 2 Cent Tuesday tip. If you tuned in last week, you saw where we got our drip and everything down. We let that run for a few hours. Once the ground gets soft, we was able to come in here and put in these cedar staves. What we did to make it easier, like I said, when the ground was soft, we took a post driver and actually drove those down about a foot and a half or so into the ground, makes them stable. You want to put it right in the center. Remember how we lined up our plants with a string, and that's kind of the reason. So you want to kind of keep it straight with your plants. Then we also, if you remember when we were planting these plants, we planted 4 and skipped a space where we talked about our cedar stave or our tomato stake was going to go. So that's what we've done here. Then we're going to go into more detail in a second, but you can see here on these plants how you'll come down one side with your string. You tie it off on the ends on those metal posts. You'll come around, wrap it, go around to the next one, wrap it, and that'll get you one side. Then you come back from the other direction and do the same thing. Then that just pinches those tomatoes up. You want to just kind of gently do it, catch them underneath this one might be better underneath that leaf there. Kind of catch it, and that kind of helps hold it up and support it as it grows. All right, check back in a second. All right, on the end of the row, you just want to tie it off. And this first tie, you want to do it, I'd say about a good 8 inches or so off the ground, or in this case, these plants are kind of getting tall, just to the point that the wind's about ready to blow them over. So you're going to catch them, I'd say probably good 6 to 8 inches or so there off the ground. Just kind of catch them, and it's really a 2-person job. Makes it a little bit easier if you've got 2 people. But you'll just come through there and kind of come out like we saw a while ago. You want to make sure you're not pinching up your leaves or anything too bad. You're going to some, but it's no big deal. But kind of catch it underneath them, and that helps support them. Then when you get to this post, you'll come around that twice and kind of pull that tight as you go. And then just go on to the next ones here. Then if you can do it before they, like I said, these were getting a little bit tall and the wind's been blowing here. If you do it before they start laying over, it's a lot easier. And just kind of keep on going through all the way to the end. All right, now we're here at our final pass. We've already got this side here done. So we're just coming in here, pinching this up, making sure we're not catching our plant where we don't want to. As far as like having anything where it's pushing down. So you want to come up under the leaves where it's natural for it at that height. Then here we're at the end of the row. We'll just pull that out there. Grab my pliers here. Pull that out here and cut it off, then tie it off. And then that will have it. Then we'll come back in here. You know, as they grow, you can see that's actually got a pretty good height to it. Probably in another week, we'll be ready to do it again. But through the growing season, you just keep on going up the post. As that gets a little bit taller, I'll actually put a brace back this other direction to brace this T-post some. But I'd say probably right about here, about another 6 to 8 inches. We'll catch it again as our plants continue to grow. Thank y'all. Check back with us next week.